What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's edition of the Six Gaming Podcast. This is episode 69. We're missing Coles this week. We're missing Show this week. We're missing Ron this week, as always. But I am here with my one stupendous and illustrious co-host.
Why, hello there, Penth.
Hi, Veg.
We're the only two who showed up today because Show is out of he has no lucid memories right now, and it's quite hilarious. Ron's in Georgia, so
yeah, show is high as shit. Oh, Mr. Fu is here. Thank you, Mr. Fu, for always being our audience. It's pretty cool that you put up with us. So I'm glad we entertain you. We're gonna get this started off as we always do with news. I really should just stop trying to be Show, but
you're like a monotone version of him.
It's kind of fun. No, I'm getting over a sinus infection, so my face kind of feels like it's going to explode. Also, to broadcast, I have to have my screen on full, and I'm used to looking like up higher on my screen. So
yeah, no, I
I'm
noticed.
a little bit weirded out. Anyway, so for news this week, only got a couple of things. The first thing I want to talk about is there's been some stuff. There was an article on Forbes, which is shitty because Forbes makes you disable your ad blockers and they inject malicious code in your browser. So don't use Forbes.
I actually found out that the ad blocker I have blocks everything on Forbes.
Yeah, it's bad, and I apologize for my cough. Anyway, so there are some videos out there of reviews for Overwatch and reviews for Doom that were done by, one was Kotaku and one was
Polygon.
And both of them, I mean, those are gaming websites, right? You think of those as being good gaming websites, or at least mediocre gaming websites.
Yeah, they were so cringeworthy bad. It basically, one guy's just shooting the pistol at the basic zombies and everyone, and it's like, are you kidding me? I could do this. Like, yeah. I could do a game review this bad, but not on, like, it looked like it was on purpose at first, and then they were like, oh yeah, we really tried. It's like,
yeah, it was the intro to the new Doom game, and they were trying to just show it, and it was like the person who was playing it was incapable of moving and shooting at the same time. Like, they would sit there and they would shoot some things, and then they would take a couple steps and they'd shoot some things. Like, it was like someone got their 5-year-old kid to try to play.
Even then, I know some 5-year-olds who'd be pretty damn good at that game.
Yeah.
It was just, it looked like putting my grandmother on a brand new video game console.
Do I do it this way?
How do I move the guy again?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to shoot him?
And then the other thing was for Overwatch, there was a website that did like the Overwatch heroes ranked. And as everyone knows in Overwatch, there are some that are slightly more powerful than the other ones. Like, they're very well balanced, but there's a couple that tend to shine a little bit more than the others.
Yeah, and that's not based on the character. That's based on map.
Right. So what this article was kind of saying, like, this is the best. These are the best ones ranked. And when someone said, so what makes them ranked that way? And one of the criteria was like the memes about them.
Yeah,
like it's like they're the best character because people like them a lot. It's like that doesn't make them the best character in the game.
No,
and it all depends on, like, sure, you could be Soldier 76, and if there's too many attack people on the team, then you're now a shitty character. So
I don't get their reasoning and logic anymore, because they are supposed to be, these guys who are supposed to give us this general information on a game that we want to play, but we're kind of on the edge or the fence about, and all of a sudden they can't fucking do their jobs. They're supposed to be a gaming website, and it's slowly becoming like BuzzFeed, just useless garbage of information that doesn't benefit anybody, Yeah. In fact, that kind of makes me want to look away from any game critics anymore, other than maybe Game Informer.
Yeah.
And
it's
even
basically gaming clickbait.
Yeah. It's like, oh, look how good, next we're going to be seeing, the little screen cams of like women with tits out, and like little bras just playing, like, oh my God, guys, I don't know how to play, like every other fucking channel on Twitch right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. These guys are getting paid real money to write these horrible reviews. And what was it? Rooster Teeth did a little segment ago saying about Doom and the single player, like, these critics have no fucking clue what they're doing at this point, because there was another website, I forget, it was either Kotaku or something like that, that did something very similar too. I don't know if it was a mocking thing or whatever, but they basically were saying that Doom was a shitty game, and they didn't even get past the intro. You know, the intro
that may have been the article that went with that video that I was talking about.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It really is. You know, when I, you know, people who've done it well are like Jesse Cox, Total Biscuit, Angry Joe Show. You know, those are the guys I go to anymore if I want to see a decent gameplay. And they showed, you know, Total Biscuit's first impressions, meaning everything he sees is what you're seeing too. It's not a gameplay. It's right. How he liked Doom so much that he actually did a little bit of a playthrough. He did about a 2-hour thing with it. And that's saying something. That, you know, that's saying everything against what the game critics are saying.
There's also, what's the guy that does No Punctuation?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously he has a shtick, but I usually trust his reviews pretty well because he hates everything. So he kind of like lets you know, like, if he doesn't have a lot of hate for a game, then it's probably pretty good.
Exactly. And it's frustrating because you are supposed to rely on these game sites, these gaming sites that I did quotation marks for people who aren't looking. So on these news and the information on these games, but when that becomes malinformed and just bad, like, that's like me trying to learn, or that's like me trying to teach a girl how to do makeup. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, they can't possibly know how good you do makeup.
I do it so good.
You have such a natural look, Veg.
Yeah, such a hairy look too.
It's very hairy. Let's move on a little bit. Apparently, so Lorna posted a link this week about Capcom. In one of their tournaments, they banned a player for sexual harassment, and I didn't have it. Did you read this article? I didn't have a chance to actually read it.
No, I was trying to find it through our thing. I'm trying to. Oh, there it is. But I'm kind of glad that they did that.
Oh, me too. Let me look at that real quick. Yeah, we're super prepared tonight.
Yeah.
Unwarranted and unwanted contact. So they probably were just like,
it's.
They were groping somebody as they came out of the auditorium. Yeah. Oh, they got like a. Oh, he just grabbed her butt. They got a gif of it. Yeah. He just totally grabbed her butt. So that was good for them because that was there was no question about it. They did it because it wasn't right for him to do it, and they tossed him out.
Someone said he got banned for too much grabbing in Street Fighter. That's fucked. But no, you know, and it shouldn't be tolerated, especially when the person didn't look like they didn't want it.
Yeah.
You know, but it's double stand. It's also double. It's not double standards. What most people are going to be like. You know, some guys are saying, "Oh, well, she's at a gaming convention. You know, she should expect it." No, she shouldn't.
No, you shouldn't expect it.
That's like me going up to someone at BlizzCon and grabbing someone's crotch. Like,
it's like any kind of sexual harassment anywhere. It's not okay.
No, it's not. No, just because he's a high performing gamer doesn't mean shit.
Doesn't matter.
You know, you can't defend something like that, especially when the freaking Twitch stream catches it on camera.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm pretty sure there was a lot of people going, "What the hell just happened?" So, I don't know. Good for them, honestly. It's not something that should be accepted in the gaming community. You know, that just makes us look bad.
Yeah,
we're just a bunch of grabby goos.
Grabby goos. we have enough problems with
being called
that and things related to that.
That were some perverted basement dwelling neckbeards.
Yeah, so to have somebody actually doing something it's good to have that the organizers took care of it and showed that it's not going to be tolerated. That's all I got. Do you have anything else for news? I don't jack shit about League, so I don't care what's going on with that.
League started up with their new season this week. I'm not interested because because three of the new teams are utter garbage, and the three old teams are just wrecking house, from what I've been seeing. So it's just uninteresting this season. You know, that's what happens when you get caught being a douchebag. But speaking of banning people, Blizzard also banned 1,500 people from Overwatch so far for cheating, aimbots, and wall hacks and stuff like that. And from the story that you were telling me and that I read, that they were also banning accounts which rebought or bought the new game with a new account, and they still got banned because of the IP.
Yeah, so there are supposedly, like, people don't know how they're doing it, but like, so someone would buy Overwatch, cheat on it, get banned. So then they bought Overwatch again on like a new account, and they got banned. And then, like, one guy said he reformatted his computer and reinstalled it and bought another copy, and he got banned again. So it's like they're checking your BIOS address or something.
So if they're doing that, that's I don't know.
Honestly, I mean, I think they should refund him at that point. Like, they should just give him back his money. Be like, look, we don't want you because you're a cheater.
Yeah, that's $120.
Yeah, there's a point at which it's like, okay, well, unless there's something in the TOS that says if you're ever caught cheating, you'll never be allowed to play ever again, no matter what, even if you buy it again. Which it may say that. I don't know. I haven't read the TOS.
Well, yeah, it's a double-edged sword when they do that, though. It really is. I mean, I understand why they're trying to do it, especially in China, where there's a lot of hacking. You know, I can understand that, but, you know, if the guy's like, I'm sorry, I won't do it again, you know, I say the 3-strike rule on that, you know.
It's a little too late, but at the same time, also, I mean, we know Sho got banned from Warcraft wrongly, and they didn't let him back. So, like, if he got banned from Overwatch and they never let him back, even though it wasn't a real ban, that'd be shitty.
Oh, yeah. So I'm just wondering if you can contest it and get your account on.
I hope so. I mean, it's pretty easy to tell. Like, whatever Sho got banned for, I don't remember what it was, but it was like
gold spamming or something like that.
Yeah, like, it was hard to prove that he didn't do it or whatever. But I mean, they'd know whether or not you're cheating. Like, you can be like, look at my record. It's shit. Obviously, I'm not cheating.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, I only win against bots. It's like, okay.
Yep.
But no, I wish kind of more games did that too. Like, a lot more MMOs did a lot more banning and stuff like that, permanent IP bans and stuff like that. Just like Terra or Blade and Soul and Star Wars. Those are the 3 main ones, because as soon as you log in, you gotta instantly click like 20 different names to ban, like block them.
Yep.
You know, otherwise you get like a list full of general that's nothing but spam.
Yep. So let's move on to Sho's favorite part of the podcast. Hey, Veg, what are you playing?
Hey, I've been playing a multiple assortment of games this week. I've been playing a lot more Destiny, trying to get my gear level up so I can do hard mode or Nightfall, which is right before raids, and it's a giant pain in the ass because for some reason, whenever they raise the gear to 335, they also decided to raise the light level for Nightfalls from 310 to 320, which it's already hard enough to get your light level up to 310. It's almost impossible without raiding. You know, where beforehand you could get it without raiding, and it was a little difficult, don't get me wrong, but now it's just downright impossible. I've gotten like 2 pieces that are 320, and that was just by sheer luck. Yeah. You know, or I could be like one of my friends on there that plays like 20, like he literally plays like 13 hours a day.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And then he says that, and then he says he doesn't have a problem. So I've been playing that. I've been playing a lot of Overwatch as well. Cut back on Smite because no one was playing it, and it's not really fun on the PlayStation 4 unless you're playing with people. You know, that's a lot with, you know, just MOBAs in general. Just they're not fun by yourself. unless you're really, really good at it and you do nothing but play them by yourself.
Yeah.
Terra as well. They had a new class that came out. I think it was either this week or the week before. It was the ninja, which is, of course, Ellen again, which is the little people, the little girls that are supposed to be 500 years old, but they look like they're 8. It's creepy. It's creepy. I don't care what anyone says. It's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, they make the most badass looking classes, those little girls.
Cry about it.
I am going to cry about it. It's bullshit. You know, and whatever. People can call me sexist. They can call me whatever the fuck they want. No. The classes like that should be available for every race. There, I said it.
I don't know. I think it's kind of cool in Warcraft that certain classes are certain races. But I kind of agree that, like, unless there's a really huge balance issue that comes out of it, like if your race has...
No, there's no racials in Terra. There's honestly... Yeah, there would be honestly no reason other than cosmetic.
Yeah, that sucks.
So I've been playing that. Stellaris here and there. Try to convince Joe to play that again. Didn't work out too well.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about one bit of the news. Next week is the big patch for GTA 5. It's the biggest one since Heist, from what they're telling me. They're adding a whole bunch of shit. I'm not quite sure if they're adding another heist in it. So I've been also getting ready because I want to buy the new stuff. So I've been playing that to get some money.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of works. It's been kind of ass backwards because people are like, oh, hey, he just came out of a mission. Let's blow him up and make him lose $5,000 every time you kill him. So I've been playing those. So what you been playing, Penth?
I've been playing more Crypt of the Necrodancer because it's actually pretty fun. I'm not nearly as good as Ron.
Well, you don't also spend 20 hours a day on it either.
That's true. I played a little bit of Saints Row 4 yesterday. That's fun. I just every once in a while log in and dick around in it. I
want to get that game and then play it with play co-op with someone because that game just looks like.
I'll play some co-op with you.
Yeah, I'll get it eventually.
What else was I playing? A little bit of Rogue Legacy, a little bit of Dark Souls. I don't think I hit Diablo at all this week. So we've been a little bit of shitty minutes mixed in my What You Playing.
Damn! Fun fact: Saints Row 4 Game of the Century Edition is $20.
Cool. Yeah, it's got tons of DLC on that. So.
I might pick that up soon.
Yeah. Eventually. Well, the summer sale should be coming up soon on Steam anyway.
Yeah. So your wallets and your anuses will be prepared.
Yeah, I'd wait. It'll probably be $10-15.
Oh, well, probably even cheaper than that sometimes.
Yeah, $7.49 or whatever they make stuff. So we are under contract on the first house, or on our house that we're buying, and we actually just got an offer today.
Was it the mold people?
No. We went away from that a long time ago. So we're going to be getting a new house.
No, I'm saying that the mold people offered again.
No, they didn't. They built a deck over the area that was flooding, so that nobody can get to it and see that it's bad. So that's sketchy as shit. But yeah, and then today we got an offer on our house now. So we are pretty much set to sell our house and get our new house, and lots of stress off my shoulders.
Basically, in the coming months, we won't see you too often.
On and off. So we'll see.
Well, that's good for you, man. Seriously, I know it took my grandma like 5 years to get her house, and then they didn't tell her that they lived in a flood zone.
Ooh.
Yeah, so fortunately, she's paranoid like that. Like it's really weird. Like
she got flood insurance.
Yeah, she did buy flood insurance. She did. She goes, I don't know why I need this, but I need it. I was like, okay. I was like 13 at the time. I was like, I don't know anything about it, but okay.
And then one last thing is that if you want a Steam Link or a Steam controller, they are $34 each right now or $35 at GameStop.
Are they on sale there? Or
yeah, they're on sale. They're usually $50, so it's $15 off each of them. So for $70, you can pick up a Link and a controller. So
I'm gonna wait for a while on those.
There will probably come up. They've revised the hardware board inside the Link a couple times and made it better. So
yeah, that's one of the
just push it off, and eventually you can get it, and it'll be good. So that's all I got. So let's move on to the round table, or our square table that we're sitting across from each other at.
Our sad table.
This is where we talk about stuff, and we ask our chatty people in chat to say things. But I don't have anything prepared for this week. So, Veg, you got anything you want to talk about?
I did, but it was like a brain fart. It honestly was.
Okay, let's talk about what would be the best, like, what would be the best way for a bad reviewer to review a game that would make you actually want to play it?
Like, as in so bad as in joke, or so bad as in you were like, huh, I wonder if I can do this better than this dumbass.
Yeah, just something like that. I don't know. I'm just making shit up.
Okay.
But like, what's a way that, like, if someone's reviewing it, and even if it was like, oh my god, this guy can't play this game, like, how could a game be so good that you're like, ooh, but I want to play it anyway? I mean, for example, like, if you saw that Doom footage, would you be like, ooh, I want to get that game, even though this guy's a moron? Or are you kind of, if that's all you knew about Doom, would you be like, I don't know.
If I didn't know what I knew about Doom and that entire franchise, and I just looked at that video, I would be turned off. Like, it's like, at the same time, it would make me a bit more curious, just like, what's this game about? And, is this really how it's played? It's like, it's that cringeworthy bad. And Panther, I will link it in the chat later, or now, if you feel like finding it.
I will try to find it.
Yeah, don't do the Forbes one, just do YouTube. Yeah. But no, it's that bad. Like, my wife's never touched Doom. She's never done anything. She doesn't like first person shooters that I'm aware of. But I'm pretty sure she would play that game so much better than that guy did, or a girl, or whoever the hell did it. It was that bad. So to base a game off of review just like that's unfair to the game itself. It honestly is. So when you're trying to, it's just better off reading the article at that point. When you want to look at a game, yeah, you do want to look around, but when you limit it to that and you don't do much in the supposed intro game, not the new one, but when you limit yourself to just that, and you're like, man, why are these guys? It makes you question that informer or that person that's trying to sell you that game or review it. They're not doing their job. They honestly aren't, because that could turn potential players, because not a lot of people are willing to spend $60 anymore. Hell, when I bought Overwatch, I was so damn iffy.
Yeah.
Just for the simple fact, I know it's a great game. Don't get me wrong. Right. Don't get me wrong. It's a fantastic game. The visuals are stunning. The gameplay is fucking solid. It's just, going back to like that reviewer, if I saw the reviewer of Overwatch, or that it's like, oh, they're basing it off of that. It's like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, even the people in the comment section were confused. Like it was that bad. When they clarified it, it didn't make them more confused. It made them more pissed off.
Right.
That they based the game off of looks, and memes and asses and stuff like that. They're doing it off of superficial things that aren't really particular of the game. How often do you look at, for example, like Black Widow's ass? You really don't, unless it's like the jokes or something like that, or Trace or something like that. The reason is because you're either running and gunning, or you have to keep moving to survive.
Yeah.
But in these reviews, you don't see that. It's just, plink, plink, 2 steps, plink, plink, die. It's like, fucking really? That's just holy shit balls.
Mr. Vu said, I like it when a reviewer can relate the game to several other games, even if a different genre, when describing the game or gameplay, and it helps associate with a wide spectrum of games, since you'll appeal to more people, because everything is related to something else. So yeah, so like that's the thing, is like, if the reviewer is like, I don't know anything about this game and I'm not really doing it, like, I think the bottom line, and maybe I'm not even answering my own question, but kind of to circle around to it. If you don't know anything about the game, you shouldn't be trusted to be the one reviewing it. And honestly, even if you know something about the game, or if you know nothing about the game but you're a good reviewer and you can be like, I don't know anything about this game, but it's really fun.
Let's find out together.
Yeah, it reminds me of this other game, or I really like this gameplay. It reminds me of this
that's
other
what
thing.
Total Biscuit does,
right?
You know, and he does that so damn well. And people were like, you know, and like I said, he's generally like almost the first person. Him, Nerd Cubed, Angry Show or Angry Joe Show. Jesus, Angry Show's hilarious,
Angry
but that's
Show is also funny.
So, you know, when I looked at Doom, because I looked at his review and then I looked at the was it the Polygon one? That was that bad.
The Polygon was the Doom one, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was a damn train wreck comparatively. Like it wasn't just like it was falling off the rails. No, it fell off the rails and it hit a goddamn nuclear power plant. Like it was that bad.
Yeah, Mr. Fu said that he doesn't want to just watch like some random dude play a game, which is basically what you get when you watch me on Twitch.
Yeah.
So that's why Mr. Fu doesn't ever tune into me on Twitch. But no, that's exactly true. Like, unless you have a shtick, unless there's some reason why it's worth. I mean, on YouTube or on Twitch or whatever, sometimes you just surf around and you just want to watch somebody play a game for a little bit, just see what they're up to. But if they're not doing anything interesting and they're not streaming voiceover or video and all they're just doing is playing a game badly, like no one wants to watch that. And when you try to make that your, like, the whole point of Kotaku and Polygon or whatever is they're getting ad revenue on the pages that they're having these items. And if they're really shitty, then they don't deserve that ad revenue.
No, and that's why I haven't had a blocker on their damn website. And don't get me wrong, some of their journalists know what they're talking about, but just others confuse the shit out of me. It's like, how can you just base a game off of its looks? That's like saying that Brawlhalla's, you know, one of the ugliest game they ever came across, even though it's supposed to be a Melee clone. And
yeah,
it's all right. Don't get me wrong; they need a lot of fixing.
To not know the basics, like if you're like, I'm gonna review Dark Souls, and you're like, ooh, this game's really hard, I don't like it. Like, you didn't do your homework even a little bit.
No, it's like, oh, I died like 20 times in the first area. Yeah, that's because you don't know how to fucking play the game.
Right.
You know, before I did my runs, you know, I did die a lot, but when I actually did the serious runs that I wanted to do, I had to do my homework on each boss, each area, so I could die the least.
Yep.
And it's hard. It really is. And I did read a game reviewer who's like, well, I didn't play it that much. I only played like maybe 20 minutes before I rage quit. It's not a good game. You know, yeah, there's a little bit of wonkiness in the hitboxes, but that's just the game. It honestly is. Once you realize what the hitboxes are, you know what to do.
I'm going to revise my question because we haven't talked about it much, and it's let's just talk about shitty reviewers on video games.
Yes.
And actually, this kind of goes back to Mass Effect, because remember, there's like the reviewer on some news channel or whatever was like, this game is basically a sex simulator.
Yes.
With aliens.
No, I think that was that was one of the premises of Gamergate with Anita Sarkeesian. She did that. No, she did one.
Was that her?
I think that was her. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think it was. We can go back and look. But anyway.
Well, I know that she used Mass Effect in a couple of her segments. That's the only thing I know. But I don't know if she's.
Anyway, there were some things on the news about Mass Effect and being about sex or whatever, and then people like got pissed off and rightfully so. And then later on, they had another segment. They're like, "Hey, so I played the game because I hadn't actually played much of it. I just saw one scene," and she's like, "I've seen worse things on, you know, evening television."
Yeah, exactly.
I saw, and obviously it's only a small part of the game, and you know, I'm sorry. And I was like, you know, that's a good apology. And like I always say, like if somebody comes back and says they were wrong, then we shouldn't. Like, you're just being shitty because you got yelled at. It's like, no, they're saying they were wrong, and so we should applaud that.
Right? Yeah. You know, I played the living shit out of Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. despite the endings and whatever. It's still a fantastic series. I still suggest to pick it up and play it. It's just a great action role playing game. It's just that third person or action, whatever the hell, just a role playing game.
Yep.
It's really good. It's fun. It's just endless possibilities. There's so much to do in it. And I did remember reading that, and I got pissed. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? How is this a sex simulator?" It's like that's only like one of the tiniest parts of the game, and even then, that's like if you really want to go after someone.
Yeah.
You know, you don't even have to.
You don't have to.
No, you don't. You know, it's like It's like Ass Effects Slut Simulator. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. You know, when people are ignorant, you know, or have their own little agenda, it doesn't work because there's people who are going to call them out on their bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, that's how basically the whole Gamergate thing came down. Was journalism sleeping with game developers to boost products. That's how that came about, you know, and that's where a lot of the mistrust came from as well. Now we just have ineptitude on a scale that's beyond bullshit at this point.
Let me just point out that we ended up talking about alien sex on episode 69. So
giggity.
You got anything else to say about that? Because I don't.
No, it's just frustrating. That's all. Like honestly, if that's the criteria to being a game reviewer, I'd be a fucking master.
Yeah, there are a lot of people.
You would be a master. Ron would be a master. Hell, everybody in our gaming group would be a master. Mm-hmm. Like if that's the criteria we have to meet to be a game reviewer.
Yep. Cool. So that's about it for this week. I don't even see what time it is. I don't have my clock up.
10:30.
10:30? Fast episode tonight.
Yeah. A little light on content, light on hosts.
Well, Show and I just get through shit quickly.
Yeah.
We don't get off track like Show and Ron. Yeah, Mr. Fu said it's the same problem that's plagued all forms of new media, that it's about profits instead of actually informing, which is true. But the people who are doing it should be able to at least kind of inform to get the profits, I think. I mean, I guess I'd watch Rush Limbaugh play video games just for the fun of it.
Oh my god, that'd be a horrifying scenario. And then like a special be Rush Limbaugh and fucking Bill O'Reilly doing a co-op game together.
I would watch that as a reality show.
That'd be terrifying.
Bill Zerg Rush.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, that wraps it up for this week. So, who has been my most illustrious co-host?
That would be me.
Who's my co-host? Who's my illustrious co-host?
Fuck you.
Got anything else to say?
No. I am not a dog.
Okay.
I am veg.
Hear you roar.
Yes. With a massive multiple
King of Pain just joined, and we're just heading out. So thanks for joining, but unfortunately, we are heading out. I'm Penth, and I've been your host tonight, as always. And Veg, take it away.
Later, Ron and Show, you suck donkey balls.
See you, bye.